Hey, this is Steve Domenico from Domenico 101 MMA, and today it's all about Lion Fight 38 this past Friday, September 29th. Listen, this is going to be a different kind of show. It's all about Lion Fight. Recapping it, my night there, weigh-ins, everything. I spent 2 days there covering the fights. A lot of our New England fighters were there. A lot of fans supporting them. A great time. I did not go as media this time. I sat in the crowd. I actually sat in the crowd all night, went down to the pit maybe once or twice to say hi to my media partners, but I was everywhere, as I usually am. So with that said, I interviewed fans, fighters, before and after. I interviewed them at the weigh-ins. Seen a lot of fighters from Lion Fight that didn't actually be fighting on that card. Had a great time. I don't think I got home till like 4 in the morning, so I was at Foxwoods Casino where the event happened till probably like 2:30 in the morning. So we were eating, we were having fun, we were bullshitting, talking about the next Lion Fight because major announcement, Moraza-Pollard, the surgeon, is fighting for a world title in London in November, and we'll have him on the show in the future to talk about that and what that means for him, New England, and just Muay Thai in general. So it's excellent. We're growing. Shout out to Scott Kent, Scott Zerr. They're in Vegas. Scott, that's where the promotion is based. I know Scott Zerr lives there full time. Scott Kent, I think he lives in Montana and Vegas. He's back and forth. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? I know you're going through a lot of stuff. So, you know, my heart goes out to you guys, and anything you need, I'm here. I can support and you know, get anything out there on social media you need. So I'm there for you guys there. I'd like to also say thank you to them too, guys, and all Lion Fight promotions, because I do cover a lot of events and I do get press credentials, but I don't get to do what I get to do at Lion Fight 38. Like Scott Kent, that was one of the first like major events that I covered, other than, you know, like the local scene, CES or Cage Titans or Premiere, anything like that. You know, Lion Fight, I put in my press credentials and they accepted them. And I guess Scott Kent and I had become friends from an event I went to earlier, just buying a ticket. I met him and he friended me and he seen what I was doing. So from there, he let me have media credentials. And, you know, shout out to him because, you know, they are under contract with Access TV, who is a big, you know, cable network, and they get it out there, but there's contracts, but they give me some play, and you know, sometimes I go in there stealth like and get what I need as far as video of the fights and stuff, and it's basically, I think they're realizing it's about the fighters. It isn't like I'm making money. My name's getting out there from doing it, but I'm working my ass off. I'm hustling. It isn't like I'm, you know, I don't take it as stealing. I'm promoting our fighters and their event, and I think I'm bringing, you know, people to the stands and probably more people to their, you know, Access TV live feed. So, you know, it works. I think it works. You know what I mean? I don't make any money off this. I do it as a side job. So that's why I can do what I do, because I'm not afraid of getting shut down, because I just go to my job in the morning where I've been for 30 years. So I'm loyal and I have passion, and mixed martial arts, MMA #1, but you know, Muay Thai is second since Scott Kent let me in. So with that said, thank you so much, Scott Kent and Scott Zerr and the Lion Fight family. It's all about you today. So first I'm going to start with who was there. Basically, I had video on everybody. Everybody, I think, fans, I don't know, I might get sued showing some of this because, you know, some people in the crowd, they might be wanted, I don't know. I don't care. I got a job in the morning. So, you know, first of all, shout out to security there. They are, so, you know, I got a burp. Oh, you know, it's the morning, I had my first coffee, so, you know, I'm real. It's what I do. Someone else would have edited that out, but not me. So anyway, yeah, so the security at, you know, Lion Fight, I went to weigh-ins and I covered weigh-ins. Access TV went live with it. I recorded it and broke down each weigh-in, each weight division and fight. Just, you know, put their names in there. So I'll put that out. I think I put that out, but it'll be out later. It's going to be in this actually little podcast. So yeah, I felt like somebody there. Like I think I was like basically the only Rhode Island media sitting there, covering Lion Fight 38. You know, someone else, I didn't see anyone else. You know, a couple of major places, you know, Access TV themselves, Phoenix Carnivale, all them people that report for them, but I didn't see many other people, you know, other than a couple of photographers that do their own thing. Shout out to Iggy Medina, awesome. She was there. She's working with Lion Fight. She's doing her thing. She's been there since the beginning. So with that said, you know, the security was awesome. They know me. We have a ball, and they're awesome. I mean, they make you feel like you're loose. You can be loose there. You know what I mean? It's not like, which it is, but it isn't. Like, you feel the love from these guys, and it's cool. They talk. They're very interested in martial arts also. I'm sure a lot of them in martial arts because they're security. They should know how to fight, I think. Pull out a bat and swing it, do some headbutts, all that stuff. So anyway, from there, you know, I did the weigh-ins, and that's a whole nother story. I did an interview with Yeison Berdugo, Yayyooo. I did one with the immortal Regian, Eersel, but my sound fucked up, and I was pissed. So I did get to put on his mask and stuff, and that was kind of cool because he let me put it on. We did a little pose, and he's awesome. We talked, and man, he's the real deal. So we'll get to him. I got some footage on him, and everything. You know what I mean? It's just, it was a good time at weigh-ins. We had, you know, like I said, I felt like somebody. It was like the fighters were waiting for me. You know what I mean? Saw Jay Lucky Henry, Stephen Put Him to Sleep Walker. Who else did I see? Sean Schubert fighting, who was actually coaching his fighter Matt Gill the next day that were fighting for Brawl for It All. So not only was Sean fighting, he was coaching his fighter in another fight a day later. So, you know what I mean? Everybody was there. If I'm forgetting anyone, sorry, it was only weigh-ins, and I got to get to the actual fights. So I was there for the weigh-in, said hi to Scott Kent, Scott Zerr, we've seen everything. It was awesome. I'm showing footage right now as that's going on. You see this, things, weigh-ins, people happy. Me flying around. I didn't even have a beer yet when I was there. I didn't drink all day. I don't think I ate for like 7 hours because I got there at 11. At Foxwoods. Weigh-ins didn't happen till 1, but me being the space shot I am, I forgot. They do like the formal weigh-ins later in the day. So these were just the real actual weigh-ins that were done inside the, Fox Theater. And we weren't allowed, but they actually let me go in there. But I wasn't in there. I sat where the actual weigh-ins were going to be, kind of by myself. With Yayyooo, we had an interview there with his coach Jamie Bradley about her, you know, Western Muay Thai in the Western states. So with that said, the weigh-ins were excellent, and you know, the hospitality, everything. Scott Kent, Scott Zerr, they treat me like I'm actually a media person. So shout out to them. I love you. Now let's get to the next day, which is Friday, September 29th. I get the Foxwoods, and everyone's there again, blah, 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 blah. So I get in the fights, and who do I see? I see Paul Banasiak, the Reaper. Shout out to you, and there's some news on him too, because I photobombed a lot of people. Actually, I should say video bombed. I don't photobomb much. I video bomb. I had my video recorder or my phone going, and I'll take pictures while the video's going. But there's video going. But if fighters don't want that up and tell me to shit can it, I will. I'm not going to put anything up that they don't want up. Never. I never do that, ever. So, with that said, I saw Paul, and Paul was sitting down in the first row, right at the ringside but Chip the surgeon, the champ, was sitting there with his woman, his girlfriend, and you know, Chip might have had one of his guys with him, and Paul was like 4 seats away with a couple of his trainer partners or friends or whatever, and it was the most odd thing. It was just funny to see. I mean, you know, they're cool together and stuff, but it was just, they just fought, you know what I mean, for a championship, and they were sitting. I didn't expect to see that, so I had the video camera going, and Paul like gets up. I bumped it to him to, you know, shake his hand. And as far as Paul, that dude he's got his own promotional social media thing going. That dude gets like tens of thousands of hits, views on shit he does. He was in Thailand, you know, showing a bunch of stuff, going through the jungle paths, jumping off cliffs. working out, doing his Muay Thai, seminars or going to seminars, just living the dream there. That was after his fight at Lion Fight. So the guy's doing it, man. He's not only fighting, he's training, coaching. I would imagine he's coaching younger dudes or anybody. And he's actually got his own promotional company. I don't know the name of it, but look it up. Look up that dude on Facebook, man. He's got his shit going. So, and also he's got news. He's fighting in November. He put a post up yesterday, and it said, I think it said news. It had the Reaper's picture with his awesome mask and fucking that lean fucking wrecking machine. So anyway, it was him, and he said, and new, and I think he might be fighting in London too. I don't know. It was in November. And the only thing I can think about is the fight in London with Chip, but he's not against Chip. But I think Paul might be changing a weight class. Stay tuned, because I'll talk to that dude too. Love that dude. We had a moment taking selfies, and I videotaped him, and he did a shout out, and I'll play it right now while we're doing this.
Is it recording or taking a picture?
Recording.
Oh, if it's recording, welcome Lion Fight 38. We're hooked up here with the tickets. Paul Reaper Banasiak, seeing the best fighters here in the world in USA.
How was your trip
Domenico. They're always beautiful. Always
This
beautiful.
guy is all over social media. Check him out. He's doing wonderful things.
So that was him, and I surprised him. It was awesome. The guy's a friggin' ham. He dropped a dime. He's on, just like me. So from there, I saw Chip. Chip was sitting there, and right after I got done with Paul, but actually I think I hit Chip before Paul because Chip didn't know I was coming. So when I walked up, I saw Chip when I was sitting with the fans, getting some words with them, and we'll show them in a minute. Actually, why are they behind me? Am I going to put them behind me? No, they'll be right here. There they are. No, they'll be there later. So anyway, I snuck down a Chip, and I photobombed him with the video. And he did his little thing. He was all like covering up because he don't fucking know. Domenico 101 MMA is coming. You never know. I'm stealth like a motherfucker, dude. Like a motherfucker. So I got him, and that was all cool. And not this to get off them two, but Chip's fighting for the championship. But Paul put some pictures up on Facebook. It was the funniest thing because it's him sitting next to Chip, not a couple seats away, and you see Chip with his hand on his chin, like looking at the fights. And Paul does the same pose, and he puts a little caption, a meme, I spy with my eye. He's got all smiley faces and shit. It was fucking classic. It was awesome. Chip laughed at the post. It's all good, man. We're all New England fighters, man. We're all family here. No matter if you fight together, you support each other if you're fighting somewhere else or against other people. That's how it is. Unless they're your teammate, that's a whole nother story. So shout out to the Surgeon and the Reaper, man. You started off my night, man. You and, this crowd, two guys. I don't know their names, but they say it here, and they'll let us shout out. But I caught these. These were my two buddies I sat in the fucking with, probably a half hour. They went to that last Lion Fight, and they were all over Steve, put him to sleep Walker. That is their guy. And this was before Steve fought, and Steve dismantled his opponent, beat the shit out of him. So let's get to Steve Walker now, right away, right to the fights. And then we'll get to everyone else, but Steve Walker right now. And if I'm talking too fast for you, I'm trying to make this, not an hour show so it fits on Facebook. So that's my story. So, cheers. Water. It's water. Actually, it's Wednesday right now. I haven't had a drink since fucking Sunday at Brawl for It All. So, it was a long weekend. I was at three different events. Friday was Lion Fight. That started off. I'll have another podcast about the other two events tomorrow or something. So, with that said, Steve put him to sleep Walker, my man, 2-0 as a pro. I think he's fucking super heavyweight or something, but it's not super heavyweight. In Muay Thai, that's like fucking chiseled fucking, Gladius Maximus motherfuckers, man. That's Steve put him to sleep Walker. So anyway, this was his second pro fight for Lion Fight. The first one, he annihilated the guy a couple of months ago in fucking 55 seconds. I can't remember. And then he was doing cartwheels in the fucking ring or whatever. I don't know. Guy's just a fucking a beast, and most humble, nice guy in the world. So anyway, he had a second fight, and I think he went to round 4, but it was a beating. He knocked his opponent down, who was making Robert Morrow. Dude, props to you, man. You hung in there. You had a couple of shots. It wasn't like you fucking weren't throwing down. But you know, Walker's on a different fucking level. I don't know. That guy, he's in his own weight class right now. So, but you know, shout out to Robert Morrow, man. You put up a fight. I think it was up to the 4th round. I think Steve even knocked Robert down in the first 50 seconds. Like, we thought that was the fight then. Dude came back. He was game for another fucking 3.5 rounds or so. And, you know, that was it, though. Steve just was too much and basically knocked him out at the, you know, TKO, but it was basically knockout. He was flatlined for a second. And as you can see, we're going to show that right now. And then we're going to let you hear, actually we'll let you hear Steve before the fight because I caught up to him with
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we live back again. You know, I'm here with another notorious victory. You know, 3rd round knockout. Once again, I did this for all my fans. I did this for everybody that's battling some type of, you know, medical condition, from breast cancer to, you know, lupus. You know, I do this for the LGBT community. I do this for everybody out there also in Puerto Rico for, you know, for that devastating hurricane. Like I said, I dedicate this wins to you guys. You know, once again, it's your boy, put him to sleep, Steve Walker. And we right here live with my man.
Anita, I don't have to say nothing. This guy is 2-0, and he's coming for heads every fight. I love it. Brother, great performance. Lion Fight 38.
Let's go.
Steve, put him to sleep, Walker, with the TKO. No, knockout, but I want to say.
I'm going to move on to the first fight, pro fight, and that was Brian Bogue making his pro debut against Chris Mims, man. Dude, you know, Brian's a game I love. He was making his first pro fight. The dude's a killer. He got caught with I think a spinning elbow in almost the beginning of the 2nd round. It came out of nowhere. Chris was off balance, it seemed like, even when he threw it. So, hey, fucking Chris, man. Kudos to you. You hung in there. It was a great first round. Back and forth. Brian looked a little like he was getting a little better in that first round. His knees were working and stuff, but it was a feeling out. Brian seems to loosen up after like the first round or so, but he didn't have time. He got caught in you know, that spinning back fist, man. I think it's a spinning elbow, and we're gonna play it right now. Actually, I don't have that on film video, but I do have, like, before that happened and Chris raising his hand. But you know, Brian will be back. He was back the next day. I think some of his training partners were fighting on another card, and he was there cornering him. So he'll be back. The kid's going to be a champ someday. His first fight, he was on the Access TV. He didn't know he was going to be on that, but neither did Chris Mims. So he didn't know he was going to be on that portion, but he was on TV. And you know what? It was a great first round. Can't take nothing away from Chris Mims. He brought it. He was making his pro debut also. So, you know, man, great fight. It was a great fight to kick off the night on Access TV. A high reel spinning back elbow from Chris. So kudos to those. I'll be seeing Brian down the line. I mean, their gym is literally 4 blocks away from where I live, Burke's Martial Arts. So let's get back to the Lion Fight. We had Brian Bogue, shout out. Let's get to who else we got. We got J. Lucky Henry. Shout out to you, buddy. J. Lucky Henry, I think he had a fucking head kick knockout. I wasn't sure. I was running around in the crowd. But I did get a shout out from him after. And what I didn't know about J. Lucky Henry that I found out from Angela Newcomb, who is Bill Newcomb.
Got a picture. J. Lucky Henry here, baby.
Here we
Shout
go.
out there, buddy.
Introducing first,
Stephen Domenico, man. You're the man for New England MMA, Muay Thai boxing. Only go to Stephen Domenico MMA 101, baby.
Big win for this kid. Look out for him, baby. Look out for him.
Debut.
Pictures.
Joining us from Foley,
Hard Knocks Muay Thai's head coach, is that J. Lucky is a model. He's not only a Muay Thai fighter, and he actually trains. I think he teaches, martial arts or Muay Thai or fitness. I did have an interview with him, and he was into karate as a young kid. He was always an athlete. I think he played football. But J. Lucky Henry, man, the dude's a model. Check him out. He's fucking gorgeous as fuck. So I gotta hang out more with him. Even though I got a girlfriend, you know, I can only get more viewers and fucking likes when I'm hanging out with a dude like that. So I'm gonna be talking to him in the future. We got the No Boundary card coming. That Muay Thai card's coming in. I know a few of these guys are going to be on it, girls. Shout out to them. That's another card I'll talk to you down the line. I know a lot of fighters that are going to be on that already, and I have scheduled interviews. So we'll talk about that at a later time, because that's not for a while now. A little while. A few weeks anyway. So, J. Lucky Henry, shout out. You're beautiful, man. You're fucking beautiful, dude. I love you. You're gorgeous, man. I got to get some suits. Them suits are fucking hot. So, from there, J. Lucky Henry. Who are we going to now? So one dude I don't know very well, but he's awesome. Jafar, Toshev, the Cookie Monster. That dude's got 2 high reel knockouts for Lion Fight back-to-back now. His first one was against Yeison Berdugo, Yayyooo, a few months back. I think he had a spinning back fist in like the second, third round against Yeison. And Yeison was coming off an impressive win or two. So, you know, Jafar put an end to that. And then on this one, he did like a flying fucking knee or something. I don't have footage of that because that was like the Access TV was, you know, filming at that point. I didn't want to get shut down. So I really didn't take anything of him. But I did talk to Jafar, and I want to give a shout out because we are going to have an interview. We already scheduled it. It's probably going to be for next week. But we're going to talk to that dude because, you know, Lion Fight's all over this man. I do believe he's fights out in New York, but we'll get all that information on Jafar. I'd never interviewed him before. I've seen him at weigh-ins, you know, maybe a high in passing, but the dude's, you know, I talked to him on Messenger and Facebook, and the dude's a really nice guy, and I'm going to talk to him next week because he's a killer, and I want to give him some play. So from that, you know what I mean? And then another shout-out to Elijah Clark from New York. Right now he's giving shout-outs. He was a little nervous. I talked to him after his win. He had a tough fight. It was good, a good grind. It was. I got a lot of action on that, so I'm going to show it while I'm talking.
Give a shout out to my sponsors, Joe and George, Exodus Printing, who did my shirts at short notice. Who else?
I know we're on the spot.
There you go.
Who's that?
Royal Protection Group.
Right there.
There you go. Royal Protection Group. All my sponsors. You know what I mean? For showing me love. Thank you very much.
How do we get in touch with you? And where are we going to see you again?
Elijah Clark on Facebook, Instagram.
You're on the rise, baby.
Yeah, you can see me
and
there.
Access TV is all over you. Lion Fight is all over
There you go. Look at TV back on Lions Fight.
Thanks for coming to New England and giving us a show here, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Domenico 101 MMA, Lion Fight 38, Foxwoods Resort Casino. We'll see you in a couple of months. This guy might be back.
You never know.
He's a monster, man. I saw him at weigh-ins, and he's a tall, lean, long guy like Paul Banasiak, the Reaper. They're both tall and lean, so they have that, and the teep kicks from hell they can throw. You know what I mean? So all that stuff, man. So shout out to Elijah. You know he'll be back for a Lion Fight. He's very impressive. He's a machine. And then who else I got? Who else I got over here?
Yayyooo, baby!
We back. What's up, kid?
Support, faith, the guy is friggin' back. You are back. You are back. Yayyooo! Lion Fight 38,
East Coast, baby. East Coast, baby. Your boy just back in New England, baby. Let's get it.
This guy belongs. I love it.
And now, last but not least, a big shout out to my buddy Yayyooo, Yeison Berdugo, for his huge teep kick knockout at Lion Fight 38. He came back after being knocked out himself at a previous Lion Fight event, came back and literally put on a show for his New England fans against an up-and-coming professional Muay Thai guy making his pro debut for Lion Fight. Yeison welcomed him into Lion Fight with open arms and a big teep kick to the body, and that was it. And Yeison is back, baby. Yeison is back, and he's one of my guys, man. I love that kid. Talk to him a lot. He trains out of state now, but he's a Providence dude. So Yeison, great work. Love it. Glad to see you back on the winning track. And that's it. So with that said, you know what? It's cheap. You want your name down here during the fucking podcast, up here. You want me to shout your name out at here? You want me to do a little commercial at the end? You want me to put your flyer up while we're talking right now? I could do all that, but I can't be doing it for free all the time. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get the word out there, and I need some love back. So you want to get your name down there, that's cheap. You want to buy a shirt. By the way, I got the surgeon shirt on today. This is an old one because Chip, I think you still owe me a shirt, unless you owe it to Richard Santiago for winning a contest I was having. But I do have the surgeon shirt on, and props to you, brother. Good luck in fucking November. I hope to be talking to you before then. But anyway, buy a shirt, buy a hoodie. Hoodies are 35 bucks. People sell them for fucking 45. These things are thick as fuck. They're the best hoodies in town, and any fighter that wears one of my hoodies, or a fan or a follower, they'll tell you they sleep in these fucking things. The thicker ones, they cut weight in them. Dude, they're beautiful. They're awesome. I don't have one on me because my girlfriend stole my like second one in a row from Sunday night. It's cold. So I don't have one. My shirts are $25. That's including shipping anywhere but fucking Cuba. All right. So that's it. From there, you know what? I want to give a shout out to, my girlfriend Rose, who, put up with me for the last like month, because I had 3 shows to cover and interview a couple other people down the line. So, kudos to everyone that pays attention. I'm getting more and more followers, more and more haters. I speak my mind. I'm not always right, but I'm always real. I tell it like it is, and then I expect people to tell me how it's not. So that's what it's about. I get things out there, and you know what? Sometimes I throw a stick in the spoke, but that's just to get you off your fucking asses. That's all it is. I mean, you guys are like, some of you are just, my best term, stuck in the fucking mud, and people know who I'm talking about. So with that said, Domenico 101 MMA out for Lion Fight 38 recap. Shout out to all them fighters. I'll be talking to you post-fight, interviews, all that other stuff. And again, shout out to Scott Kent. I love you. And Scott Zerr. And all the Lion Fight family, past, present, and future, who are in Las Vegas right now going through that hell. Like I said, Domenico 101 MMA is out for you. And one shout out to a Freestyle Rush concert. It's going to be at the P-PAC, October 14th. That's a Saturday night. Joe Manfredi and Jared Tillinghast have all the information on that. They kind of conjoined with Brawl for It All and Freestyle Rush concert. Lisa is going to be there. The Cult Jam, fucking Stevie B. I'm going to be there. I think I don't know. I'm going to bring out my 1980 fucking roller skating fucking suit. And fucking come in there and just do my thing. Did anyone know? I was a drummer. With that said, that's coming too. Domenico 101 MMA.